Hello, thank you so much for joining us once again on the roundtable on OGTV, the People's Telly. I remain TOBI Joseph, welcoming you as we begin to discuss germane issues so far borders on our socio-economic and political life and development. And today won't be an exception as we focus and beam a searchlight on Ogun State, our dear state, which of course is not one of the states that are not feeling the effect of the biting economic situation across the country due to so many factors. Inflation is one of the issues which has affected the price of food and other essential commodities. So what the federal government and the state governments have done is to find a way to cushion the effect of this economic situation by rolling out palliatives and palliative measures. So what exactly has the state government done? I recall that in February this year, 2024, the governor rolled out a 5 billion naira worth palliative measure. What exactly are the details of these palliatives? What are their plans for food and to tackle food inflation, especially when you consider the fact that many of our people are very comfortable once they can have food on their table. That's which is essential, taken care of, then everything becomes secondary. That is one major issue. The governor talked about the fact that they're going to liaise with farmers to ensure that the prices of food are actually brought down to an affordable level. You also look at the palliative measure rolled out for the benefits of students, not only those in tertiary institutions but also those in the primary institution, which is going to have a direct impact on their families, as it were. These are many more some of the things we are going to be discussing on the roundtable today. Looking at the challenges and of course the implementation of these palliatives as rolled out by His Excellency Prince Dr. Dapo Abeokuta CON. I have in the studio a special advisor to His Excellency on media, information and strategy. I'm talking of Mr. KAYODE. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
All right, Mr. KAYODE, I want us to really have in details what the palliative measure the governor has rolled out. Let us look at where we are when it comes to implementation, the challenges, especially as regards social register, which makes it difficult for any government anywhere in the world to actually implement some of these conditional cash transfers. So let's start with the overview of the palliatives.
Well, thank you very much. I want to especially appreciate you for having me in your program this morning, and also appreciate the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abeokuta, for the initiative he has put to bear to cushion the effect of this economic crisis or situation we have, not only in Ogun State, but in Nigeria as a whole. You will recall, even before the 5 billion naira intervention that he announced last month, February, there had been a series of interventions in the state. When the president announced that there would be no subsidy on fuel, diesel, some other essential oil and gas products, the governor quickly rolled out some palliatives that have direct impact in the lives of people living in Ogun State, more especially the public service who are the engine room of government. You will recall that the governor immediately put up a structure that will support the civil service so that they can come to office as at when due by having some stipend, 10,000 naira, to as allowance to all the civil servants in the state. There are so many initiatives rolled out at that particular period which really have direct impacts in the life of our people. We distribute food palliatives and many others. And also, he also announced that civil servants should at least be given, because of the cost of transportation at that time and now, that at least they should at least be able to come to office maybe 4 times in a week. And it brought about the CNG program that has been a sing-song in other parts of the country, but it came in from Ogun State, and arguably Ogun State is the only state in Nigeria that has been implementing the CNG buses initiative. That is taking our people to and fro various destinations, and our people are excited and are happy for it.
How would you respond to those who have questioned that CNG bus initiative, that they've not seen it ply many of the busy roads, especially in the state capital?
When you look at it, I think the Commissioner for Transport has spoken elaborately about this. There are designated routes which they fly every day, and you cannot just put up such initiative without putting certain level of structure on ground. The CNG buses, they use the gases, and there must be a point where they could be able to get those gases and everything, and it cannot go around all the bus stops across the state overnight. It's a process, and the process is ongoing. Many people are leaving Mowe Bafo area to Baga, from Baga even to as far as Obalende every day, and it has to a large extent brought about at least subsidized transportation system within that corridor. And more importantly, there are so many other initiatives that are coming on board the electronic motorbike that within the next few weeks will be launched or commissioned by the state government. The essence of it is to ease public transportation of our people to and fro. What the governor promised then was that the initiative will bring prices of our people moving from one place to the old price it when before the introduction of the removal of the subsidy. So a lot of initiative is being put in place, and arguably all over the country, it is every state, they are now coming to Ogun State to come and look at our CNG program, so as to be able to copy and be able to implement it in their state. And talking about the 5 billion naira intervention that the governor recently announced, the essence is to be able to touch people's life and also identify some vulnerable in the society so that their interests could be provided, could be protected. Government is about its people, and government must do everything possible to ensure that the lives of the people, the policies that we are bringing about, have direct impact in the life of our people. And that's why the governor and his team, when they are initiating this process, they said, okay, if we target pupils and students in primary and secondary schools whose parents have direct impact of this economic hardship, it will go a long way in helping family to grow. And that's why we said, okay, with the help of teachers, headmasters, and principals in various schools, help us to identify some indigent pupils and students in your school, so that these people will benefit from this first phase. And as we are talking now, the initiative is targeting about 100,000 pupils and students across the state. Last week we were around Abeokuta, Abeokuta North and Abeokuta South and North, moving around various primaries and secondary schools to distribute these palliatives. If you get to those schools and you see the excitement, joy in the faces of parents that their children benefit from this. So you imagine how happy our people are for that initiative. I was part of the Commissioner of Education's team that went around most of these schools, and I want to give kudos to Prince Abeokuta for this initiative. Many of us in our various offices may not know the impact of this initiative because we receive our salary as I went to. What of the pepper seller in the market? What of the food sellers? What of the women that are collecting every day lapo something of 2,000, 5,000 naira? And for that type of money to come into their family at this critical period, I want to say kudos to the government.
Okay, so let's break it down. The 10,000 naira for primary school pupils. You said
primary and secondary school.
Primary and secondary. So you're targeting 100,000 pupils. That means, or does that mean
$1 billion naira?
Okay. Does that mean it's not for every pupil?
Well, if you look at the population of students and pupils in Ogun State, I think they are
in Ogun public school.
Public school. They are in the region of about 1 million plus. If you target 10,000 times 1 million, that's about 10.something billion. So if you want to target every student and pupils in Ogun State, it's overshoot the budget. We call this intervention. The intervention cannot, in a sweep, go around everybody. But we have, you talked about data the other time. We thank God that the Ministry of Information has accurate data about the numbers of pupils in our public schools, about the numbers of pupils in our secondary school, even about the numbers of Ogun indigenes in all the universities in Nigeria. So for us to harness those data is so easy. And having gotten data of public primary and secondary school in Ogun State, what the team did was to interact with stakeholders within the system. In this first phase, how many can we accommodate? Okay, we are accommodating 100,000. How are we going to distribute this 100,000? So that at least there will be an element of equilibrium balancing in it. And we identify the 3 major zones in Ogun State, senatorial districts. And we said, okay, what we need to do is that let us distribute this in addition to this, and let us meet with the principals and headmasters, identify pupils and students that are finding it hard to come to school, and are finding it hard to even have their uniform, and
their parents are really feeling the ground.
And those people who could assist state government to identify those people are their teachers, because they interact with them every day. But what we want to assure the good people of Ogun State is that this is just the beginning. This thing may not be able to go around at a go, but we should realize that, okay, we are doing it one step after the other, and it will definitely, the essence of this is to reduce, at least to create a level of equilibrium in the social, economic, and political space
in Ogun State.
In Ogun State.
Okay, and there is a foolproof process and template in place that those that you intend the money to get to, they get, the money gets to them.
Yeah.
Not that some people are sitting down somewhere in the ministry and they're forwarding the funds.
If you look at what happened at various schools that we went, you will marvel, because the parents and the pupils and students, they were in a particular hall. The commissioner addressed them and told them the reason why governor brought out this initiative is to cushion the effect of this economic situation in the lives of parents and pupils, and more importantly to ensure that the money did not meet road, that the real beneficiary gets the money. And what we did was that for primary and secondary school, we, after identifying the pupils and students that will benefit from the scheme, we also get to know their parents and get their parents' account details. Even if you use OPay, money point and everything, we get all the account details. And for you to be able to benefit, your account detail must correspond with the name of the pupils involved. And after verifying all this, in that same hall, after the announcement, the alert was activated, and everybody within in that hall started, I've gotten my own alert, I've gotten my own alert. It is very, very transparent, it's very open, and it gets to the grassroots, those people that actually need the money.
Okay, I also remember that during the governor's speech, he talked about provision of a minimum of about 5 exercise books to about 850,000 students.
Yes.
Has that been done?
No, that is a process.
Okay.
No, the state government is, we have collected all the data of students and pupils that will benefit from that. Okay. And I believe that within the next few days or weeks, that one will be in process, because it will go around all our primary and secondary school across the state. And when it is being distributed, the media will also be part of the process, so I'll be able to report appropriately to the people, because it's very important for our people to know, because government, Prince Abeokuta is in government, is in government for the good people of Ogun State. He's there in trust. He holds government in trust for the people of Ogun State. And at every point in time, our people must be duly informed and know what is happening to the state.
Let's talk about this award to students, 50,000 to indigent students nationwide. So far you are from Ogun State. The government told the students to log on to their school portal and input their details, especially their account details. Some of them have started getting this alert. Is it done in phases, or they are just crediting people randomly?
No, thank you very much. As of today, I'm aware that over 55,000 students have been captured on this scheme. Wow. And we are targeting 60,000 students in all tertiary institutions across the country. What we are in that scheme, it is not only peculiar to public universities. People in private university also benefit from this scheme. And thank God, when students are filling in their form when they are applying either for JAMB or the university, they have their data. They will indicate whether they are from Ogun State or not. So that, to a large extent, assisted the state government after the Ministry of Information wrote a letter to all the vice chancellors across the country to provide information and data about the Ogun State indigenes that are in their institutions. And I can tell you that all those things, all those information is with the Ministry of Education, and they are processing it. And as at last week, over 13,000 people have received their alert. It's a process, and we'll see it through. And why we are doing this is to ensure that those who are benefiting are truly from Ogun State. And you know, students, the way they are, if they have not received the alert,
they get agitated.
They get agitated. You have been seeing a lot of things on social media, and they are happy. Some of them, they are excited about this development. It's novel, and I've not seen a state in Nigeria that has ever done this apart from Ogun State. We need to commend our governor for putting our children first in this economic situation, because you can imagine what 50,000 will do in the life of an average student who are in school, who are finding it very difficult to go to school daily, who are finding it difficult to even pay for their accommodation, who are finding it difficult to eat just one meal a day. That, to a large extent, will go a long way. And what the initiative is to let people know that this is their government. This government cares. The government is not about it's not about the political office holder or civil servant. It's about the people, and that's what Governor Abeokuta is demonstrating.
All right, Honorable AKINMADE, I'm very particular about the health sector. Yeah. And I've come across videos and pictures of some of the doctors that the government is using to carry out free surgeries in the state-owned general hospitals. Beyond that, I want you to speak more about that. How many surgeries have been carried out? How many people have benefited from that particular program? And then, pregnant women. I recall that the governor mentioned something about insurance health cover for pregnant women, the children, and the elderly. I want us to quickly discuss these two aspects when it comes to the health sector. The free surgery and then insurance cover for children, pregnant women, and the elderly.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to, at this moment, appreciate this initiative of Prince Abeokuta, because there is another that says that health is wealth. If you are not healthy, you cannot build a vibrant society. And what I have seen in Ogun State in the last couple of weeks is what I would tag festival of surgeries. A situation where people have lost hope. People have some serious conditions who could not afford the medical expenses. All of a sudden, help came through the government of Ogun State. And I can tell you that as at last week, close to about 1,000 people have benefited from this scheme. And those people who benefited, including those people who have orthopedic issue, gynecologic issue, obstetric, prostate issue, fibroid, goiter, hernia, brain slump, and cataract, and many others. You know, there are some people who are partially blind because of the cataract that have eaten deep into their eyes, and some of them have lost hope. We can, as you are now, I can see you, you can see me.
Yes.
I pray that blindness will not be our portion.
Amen.
Can you imagine somebody living early, all of a sudden, they only discover that they cannot see again. And lo and behold, a government came and said, okay, well, I can assist you to do it free of charge at no cost to you. And that cataract, close to about 4 or 450 people have been treated and operated on successfully, and they are doing very, very well. There are some people that came with fibroid, goiter, and everything, and even if a friend was narrating a story of somebody who had an issue with her legs, and he couldn't afford the operation and all the rest, and he enrolled in this scheme, and it was done free of charge. Some of these operations cost several hundreds of thousands. And we want to appreciate the governor for this noble initiative. People who are in that situation, they know better. Some of us who are in good health, we may not appreciate it, but health is
those who are beneficiaries.
Yes, so it's gone down to the grassroots, and our people are happy for it. For the first time, many people are seeing government touching their lives, live and direct. They went to the hospital and they passed through those procedures, and they were operated on free,
without paying a dime.
Without paying a dime. It's doing well. I want to give kudos to the medical team that have ensured that they implement Mr. Governor's policy and program without any inhibition. People have called from several areas of this state to appreciate and thank the governor for this initiative. And I think it's one of the selling points of this government, and all over Nigeria, people are calling and appreciating the governor for this initiative.
Now, I talked about the insurance scheme.
Yeah, on the insurance scheme, what government is trying to do is to ensure, you know, our people are, unless it happens to us, some of us will take our health for granted. What government says is that, okay, with just 12,000 naira per annum, you will be insured and you'll be able to treat any ailment that occur within that particular year free of charge. What the government has done is that it also used the opportunity of this surgery to also get people involved to register for this insurance scheme so that subsequently they can also benefit. And we're also encouraging people, because it's targeted at about 70,000 elderly and vulnerables. So that people will know that this government is talk and do, not when we say we want to do certain things, we put all the policies and everything that will make it be a reality on ground. So I want to enjoy our people across Ogun State to take advantage of this initiative and come out and register for this scheme so that it can save lives.
Okay, if you're just joining us, this is the roundtable on OGTV, the People's Tele. We are giving a searchlight on Ogun State and the plan of the Ogun State government, talking about Its Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dr. Abeokuta, rolled out a 5 billion naira palliative measure to cushion the effect of the economy, which is biting hard on people, especially the poorest of the poor in our state and of course in the nation at large. We've talked about cash award to students, both in the tertiary institutions and those in the primary and secondary schools, health sector, talking about the Builder scheme, insurance health scheme for the children, the elderly, and of course pregnant women, and also free surgeries. For those who cannot afford it, medical team was put in place or set up by the state government to handle myriads of surgeries on the bill of the state government. Also, free exercise books to be distributed to about 850,000 students across the public schools in Ogun State, according to Mr. Governor. We have in the studio the special advisor to His Excellency on Media Information and Strategy, Honorable KAYODE. We'll go on this short break. When we come back, we will continue with our discussion, and of course we will give you the opportunity to call in and ask our guests a few questions. Stay with us, we'll be back.
So we decided that we will do all the things that we did, take the Ogun State to universities across the country, all of them. We are saying 50,000 people going on. Owó yìí, àwọn olùkọ́ lè má tó nǹkan ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọ̀gá ló bí fi owó lé school fees. Ìyẹn náà á dín ẹ̀. A rò pé àwọn ọmọ primary schools àti secondary schools báwo ṣe lè bíríkì àwọn ìyá wọn. See, just like we data all the students in the state, almost about 800,000. And I'm only faces go, I'm 100,000. 100,000 they are for money 10,000. The first phase, gbogbo àwọn yòókù tó àti ìgbà 10,000 yẹn, a máa fún gbogbo wọn ní exercise book márùn-ún. Gbogbo àwọn àgbàlagbà ọkùnrin wa kó máa lọ sí hospital, ìbá general hospital, state hospital àbí PHC, kó máa lọ máa gba ìwòsàn ọ̀fẹ́ immediately, all of them. To ensure that, meaning, how do you ensure that? Pẹ́pẹ́ àálò measure it. Nítorí àti lọ sí àwọn public health center àti àbẹ̀sọ̀tò yẹn, corporate fún wọn ní insurance card wa. Each insurance cover is about 18,000 naira. What is that card? Anywhere to buy low, one trip. Right now, aboyuni. To buy big, to buy 25,000. We open over 5,000 to buy low. Before there are almost 100 trailers of rice. Almost 100 trailers of rice. Now, our decide what we are going to do is to the poor, elderly and vulnerable. I'm a phone racing. I'm a phone lope. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn yòókù, àmọ́ wa máa tààrẹ sí yẹn fún wa ní price tí à ń rà rẹ̀ sí kó tó di pé ọ̀rọ̀ dọ́là ṣe dọ́là ìwé sókè. So that kò ní jẹ́ one off, kò ní jẹ́ pé bí àkànmọ́ wálé ní àti fún tán, à lè máa ṣe títí gbogbo kíní tó máa fi ṣe kíní tó máa fi kásẹ̀ ńlẹ̀. wò pé àwọn civil servants wọn kọ́ what do we do for them? Àwọn oríṣiríṣi schemes fún àwọn sọ fún wa pé ó ní owó kan tí a ti jẹ wọn kó tó di pé mo di gómìnà tá à ń pè ní deductions. Àti ń san díẹ̀. Ó kó bí about almost maybe 6 billion or so. Àwa ni láti oṣù yìí a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí san àmọ́ a san ní 500 million every month so that within 1 year minimum one fún àṣà 500 million one fún àṣà 1 billion between now and the next 9 months a san gbogbo deductions and civil servants tán. A ní pé gbogbo àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wa all servants all public servants all pensioners bàtà di pé owó mọ́tò lọ sókè a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fún wọn ní kó tá à ń pè ní transport allowance 10,000 naira everybody. Torí mi mo bóyá ẹgbọ́n pa ẹ̀. After sponsor for 8 months, we were the first state in Nigeria tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sọ 10,000 naira fún gbogbo òṣìṣẹ́ pé fi ilé ìkún owó ọkọ̀ rẹ̀ nítorí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ jẹ́ pé owó ọkọ̀ lọ sókè.
All right, you're welcome back. Still the roundtable on OGTV, the People's Study. As you can see and also hear, His Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dr. Abeokuta, CON, talking about the fact that there is a very urgent need to actually alleviate the suffering and hardship being faced by our people, the poorest of the poor in our society. A lot to be looked at. One thing the governor mentioned earlier, which we have not touched, is the issue of provision of rice, the rice scheme. How far about that? Yesterday, in a couple of WhatsApp groups that I belong to, I saw on Friday, I first noticed that some Muslims who went to mosque started posting pictures of the state rice given to them. Some posted yesterday that they got it from the church. What exactly is the MO for this rice scheme?
Yeah, thank you very much. One of the initiatives of Mr. Governor to cushion the economic situation we find ourselves in Ogun State is to ensure that our people also have food on their table. And he promised that about 100 trailer load of rice will be visiting Ogun State at that time very soon, and they are now arriving. And the state government, in order to also ensure that this product gets to the real beneficiaries, they've targeted some strategic locations for the distribution. And you know, our imam and clergy in the church, in our various religious groups, understand and appreciate and can identify people who are vulnerable, who are very poor, even in their midst. So that's why the first target has been religious homes. And I want to tell you that on Friday, when the gift got to so many mosques across the state, our people are very accepted because they never expected. And it was distributed in a very orderly manner. People who came in and they were identified for the need, they all got the rice palliative. And also yesterday, in some churches, it was also distributed. But that's the team in charge. They have a very unique strategy of ensuring that this thing is distributed evenly and get to the grassroots. The fear is that we don't want a situation where some people will sit down somewhere and hijack this initiative, because government has invested a lot of money in this and want it to get to those people who really need this thing. You know how much a bag of rice is going for now? It's between 75 or 80 or 90,000 naira. So you can imagine a family getting 5 kilo or 10 kg of that commodity. It will definitely, to a large extent, assist the immediate family to get food on their tables. It is not only targeting at rice alone. They are looking at beans, gari, and some other commodities. What we are trying to do is that we want to let the people know that this is a caring government, a government that really accesses to the yearnings and aspiration of the people, a government that knows that, okay, this is a challenge, and we must also face that challenge along so that our people can come out of this situation. And more importantly, there are also processes that government has put in place to ensure that we produce adequate food in our state. You recall last week the governor met with ambassador of Germany, and the Ogun State government is looking at a way of collaborating with all these foreign governments to ensure that we promote agriculture in our state. Ogun State arguably has a very beautiful arable land for agriculture to plant rice, yam, and many others. So we are taking advantage of this to be able to feed our people. At times, when you have some challenges will push you to an area of reality where you can develop your potentials. So this has also helped government to also look at agriculture critically and ensure that in coming weeks or months, we'll be able to feed ourselves in Ogun State based on the policy on ground.
On ground. Okay, it's very important that we get feedback from the public, those who are watching. We would encourage you to call. The number to call is on the screen, so feel free to do so. We only encourage you to turn down the volume on your TV set when you do so. It's very, very important. The essay on media information strategy to the governor is here to take on your questions or concerns as regards this 5 billion palliative measure. Going forward, Honorable AKINMADE, this palliative measures, this intervention of the state government has turned out some very good schemes, some very good initiatives. What are you doing as a government to find a permanent solution to some of the issues that these interventions seek to address? Like, for example, if you ask me, these free surgeries, which to me is one of the most beautiful that this government has done. How can you make this a periodic venture? I know it's not, there's no free lunch even in Freetown. The medical personnel that are carrying out the surgeries have to be paid somehow by the state government. I know it's expensive, but is this something you can do periodically, maybe quarterly, or maybe once or twice a year? We have a caller, sorry. Penisiro is calling from Agbado. Thank you for calling.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We are having the conversation with government.
Thank you.
We have been having, there's nothing done in this area. And this palliative they are talking about, the hospital, the school, we go to hospital, anything we are doing, they are collecting money from this hospital here. Somebody born, you say 10,000 now before anything, they believe you, or everything you carry, go there, you take it. Government is coming out to say that he's doing it. People are suffering this year.
Where exactly, Penisiro? Which hospital are you talking about?
We are talking of the hospital.
The name of the hospital again, please?
Itoki, General Hospital, Itoki.
Itoki?
Yes.
Okay, General Hospital, Itoki.
Yes, sir.
So you went there, and what did they tell you?
They were born there. And this government are saying that they should give money now, they are taking burden or not, collecting excessive money from us.
Okay, you are being exploited, that's your concern?
Yes.
Okay, how much are they collecting from you?
21,500 naira.
Before they attend to you?
No, when the woman born.
Come again, please.
When the woman born, they said it's 10,000 better. When we are going to collect everything, we can't go there. Both all what we bought, they took it away from us, collect almost 21,500 from us. from me.
Okay, all right. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. We appreciate you. Commissioner calling all the way from Agbado.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Commissioner. What I want to say is that the mere fact that the government says that we are targeting some specific vulnerables and some people who are the poorest of the poor does not mean that everybody in the state
That's going to be a beneficiary of this
because
scheme.
okay, like take for instance, just like this scheme to a large extent will have cost government close to about 2 billion naira. Because just like I said, we have done close to about 1,000 surgeries, and some of these surgeries cost close to about 600,000 naira. Because if the patients are not paying, somebody is paying on their behalf. But what I want to assure.
Sorry, Honorable. We have a caller. Imole Ayo from Ipokia. Yes, we are with you.
Toby, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, special advisor, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I want to confirm if you can hear me loud and clear, sir.
Yeah, very loud and clear.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that I'm not watching due to network wahala because I am not at home. But the subject of discussion is what should interest every Ogun citizen. So I have my reservation on the policy as spelled out by the government. I have written a lot on it. And the first two that the governor rolled out, it does not get well with me, but at least there is still time for the governor to think and reel out the other one perfectly. What am I saying? Like the funds given out to tertiary institution students and primary school and secondary school students, it is not well orchestrated at all. It is not well done at all. But this palliative is about the palliative of giving out food to people free. I think the governor should rethink and be advised on it and follow the steps taken by Dr. Sanwo-Olu of Lagos, just like setting out food banks in all the local governments and selling at a very subsidized rate by the economy of each local government. I think that will go a long way than sharing that will later get into the hands of APC cronies and his friends too. So that is the kind of, let me say, the recommendation that I would like to give. Because the people that have not watched it, I have not had this money, I have not had what you have said so far. But this is my own recommendation to the government.
All right, Imole Ayo, thank you.
Thank you, Imole Ayo. What you said is noted. But what I can assure you is that Ogun State initiative will be foolproof. The program for distribution of palliatives in terms of rice and some other communities, they are in phases. The one we are doing presently is for the poorest of the poor, the vulnerables. You will recall that when the governor was announcing this, he also emphasized that we will set up a strategic shops across the state where people will come and buy some of this commodity at a subsidized price, even at the price they are being sold before this subsidy came into being. So it's a process. You cannot get there overnight. I want to assure you that what you are saying is on course and will get there. And as for the one you mentioned about
like a food bank.
Yeah, we definitely we are working towards achieving that one, because the government said that there will be a bulk purchase arrangement for the sale of at least 100 tailors of rice at price obtainable before the food crisis is part of the initiative, and we will get there. We'll set up when we must look at everything that will make this thing a reality. We don't want a situation where some people will sit down somewhere and hijack this process. And as we are coming through with these policies, we will let the public know about where and when they can get these products.
All right, Oluwafemi is calling from Shagamu. Oluwafemi, good morning.
Hello. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Oluwafemi. I am calling from Ogido. Local government.
Thank you for calling.
The question I want to ask the Honorable Special Advisor is that this policy of the Ogun State government, is it meant for those at the urban area alone? Because I have never seen anything of such in Ogido area. Is it because Ogido is far from Abeokuta or Ogido is far from Shagamu? Because all these government policies have not been getting down to us here in Ogido. In fact, it's as if we are sidelined in every program of the state government. So I want the special advisor to talk on this. What is the government considering people at the rural area, especially we in Ogido, when they are trying to talk about these policies? And what are the steps that people in Ogido can take to benefit from all these things that government is providing for the citizens? So that is my question for the special advisor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Oluwafemi. I want to assure you that in Ogun State, we will not discriminate against anybody, irrespective of where you stay or where you are living in Ogun State. You recall, we cannot put this policy out across the state at the same time. Like, take for instance the issue of 10,000 gift for pupils and students in primary and secondary school respectively. The last that we did was in Abeokuta houses. And I believe that maybe before this will run out, we announce where we are going to. We want to identify some schools. We bring people who are benefiting from that zone to a particular school, and there will be television, there will be journalists who will cover this event to ensure that it's transparent. I want to assure you that the people of Ogido will be part of the beneficiaries. You are strategic, important to Ogun State, and will take every resident and indigenous of Ogun State as a stakeholder within this scheme. I want to assure you that your area will not be left out. But we have data in various ministries and parastatals that will assist us to do all these things. Take for instance the one for students and pupils. We have gotten data from principals, headmasters about the students that will benefit. And on this rice palliative and everything, we have also collecting information about those people who benefit, because we want it to go down to those people who truly are traumatized about this economic situation. And more importantly, we also provide opportunity for middle income owner to be able to access where to buy all these commodity at a very reduced price that is comparable with the price of goods and services before the emergence of this subsidy removal.
Okay, I think we have, do you have another caller? Okay, all right. Now, you were addressing one issue before Mole Ayo called in earlier. I think that has to do with the issue of local governments, by local government implementation of the scheme. I think it was, what's the name again? Oluwafemi that called from Ogido that talked about it.
Yes, what I said is that we are not, there will be no discrimination in this scheme.
That reminds me. I was the one that raised the issue of.
Okay, good morning, sir.
another call from that. All right, this will be the last call. That was a call coming from Ota. Quickly, let's take this.
I'm watching the program.
Thank you.
I think the pastor to the assistant of the governor. Yes. May God bless every one of us.
Amen. Thank you.
And Tabir, as you are this and well with us.
Amen.
I want to talk in concern about the past council of Ogun State. That majority of the past councillors have died, and nobody can say anything about it. And we beg our governor to just look at us, to assist us, because these are not equally okay, sadly. So I'm using this medium just to plead for the other people, or the councillors, that the government should help us do something about us. They don't recognize us in our community, even in our wards. Definitely because of
Okay.
I don't know what to lay our problem or question on. So that's my
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Salako. That'll be the last call we'll be able to take. So that takes me to what I was talking about earlier, carrying the local governments along. Dr. is also saying the same thing. The councillors at the ward levels, the chairman of the local governments at the local government level. How do you carry them along in the implementation of your schemes?
Yeah, thank you very much. The councillors, local government chairmen, members of the State House of Assembly, and other political officials that are integral part of government. And I believe that in the course of implementing this initiative, the chairmen of the local government were consulted, because the fund that we are using to implement this thing is Commonwealth of Ogun State people. It's not owned by anybody, it's a Commonwealth. And before any kobo is being drawn, people who are stakeholders must be in the know. But what I want to assure Dr. Salako is that everybody's interest will be protected. As a councillor, at least is one of the elite in the society. 10,000 naira may not mean anything to him. But we have some people that 1,000, 2,000 naira may touch. A lot too. And more importantly, I also share his concern, because as elected councillor, many people will be coming to his house every day, come and request for one thing or the other. I believe that the palliative we are looking at it will be holistic. But what we want to guard against is a situation where political actors will hijack this process and you not get the right people. But everybody's interest will be protected.
All right, this is where we draw the curtains on the roundtable this Monday morning. We appreciate every one of you who took time out to watch, and of course to those who called, we sincerely appreciate you for doing so. Thank you so much, Honorable KAYODE AKINMADE, for honoring our invitation.
Thank you for having me.
It took us a while to drag you here,
Thank you,
but we are glad you came. Thank you so much. We wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that's it. Join us again next week, Monday, 10 to 11 a.m. Till then, continue to be law-abiding and patriotic citizens of this great country.